Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. Today I want to talk about BT15 decks that I am keeping my eyes on before the February 16th release date this next month. So we're going to be starting with the Metal Garurumon support that's coming out in BT16. I think this deck is going to get a very large power spike, mostly because of this Metal Garurumon. This has an unsuspend effect, which means that we go from having 6 checks on our full combo to having 7, which is impactful because Yellow Vaccine had the ability to kind of shut this deck out by recovering a security early with either a reinforcing or Holy Wave or something like that. So now with this card, you are pretty well able to clear that. This Gabumon is also really nice because it digivolves on a Tsunomon for 0. So now we have 8 Gabumons that can go on any colored Tsunomon, and that just makes your rookie base much more consistent. It's going to draw you a card, give you a blocker, and then when attacking, draw you a card as well. So this plays into the Garuru themes that we like. It's going to help you find your pieces really easily. So this is fantastic support. This Garurumon is also fantastic support. The Inheritable again lines up with cycling cards, and it plays you a mat for cheaper. So now we have a way to compete with Greymon playing Tide really cheaply. Now we can also play those out for free. Personally, I don't think this ace is super great. It does not synergize with our OTK combo, and it doesn't really... I don't feel like it does too much. I think it's just going to clog up your engine. Whenever I'd see this, I feel like I would rather just see the unsuspend Inheritable Garurumon X or just see the regular purple level 5 so that I could go up my line. So, and then this mat, I don't really see a point playing it. We have the BT6 mat that draws us a card and gains us a memory. This is kind of a searcher and gives you a memory. They both cost the same amount of memory. I'd just rather play the BT6 mat instead. Then we have Leviamon support. This deck is going to be disgusting in BT15. If you are intending to play any type of meta play, you should absolutely be grabbing your copies of this card and probably be grabbing up your copies of regular Leviamon ahead of time before it shoots up in price. But this deck just likes to pop bodies, swing for huge security checks, and play things out, digivolving from trash, stuff like that. So this archetype is really, really good. The 7th Lightning card is also really good. It pops a level 4 and a 6 from trash when you digivolve into X-antibody, which you're going to do anyways. And then on main, you can delete a 4 and a 6 as well. So this is just kind of disgusting removal. And this can fit in Beelstar because it's the 7 cost, which is kind of insane. So these 3 cards, I believe, go in the deck. I have not playtested it. I know the idea is that you get a stack with all 3 of these. Both of the Gizamon and the Gesomon will give you 1 memory when you play a card with the Warusidramon effect. And then once you force your opponent to play a Digimon with that effect, you're going to pop it with Leviamon. And then you're going to get 2 memory back. So that effectively makes this X-antibody Digivolution free. So definitely a deck you should keep your eyes on and consider playing if you want to play some events. Then we have the Magnadramon support. Personally, I think the 2 best cards in this line are the Gatomon and the Anjewomon. This archetype really wants to trash its own security in order to gain resources and kind of get an advantage. So you'll see that the Kari Kamiya, when it's trashed from security, it gives you an effect. And then this Gatomon will also give you an effect when it's trashed from security. You'll get to play the card without paying its cost. And it also has barrier, so it's encouraging you to trash your security. The Anjewomon will recover you as long as you have less than 3 security, and the Magnadramon will give negative DP bonuses by trashing the security, and then when a card is removed from security, you get to place 1 back on top. So you're manipulating your security and then getting benefits from it. So I personally would imagine this is going to see some play. I think that a different variation of Yellow Vaccine will probably be more powerful, but I could see the Gatomon and the Anjewomon ace specifically seeing play. I think this card is really good, and it could potentially take the spot of Magna Anjewomon Ace in some decks. Then I want to look at the Rosemon X-antibody support. We have a whole line for it, plus Babamon. This card is terrible, but it is support for the deck. So if you want to have fun and you want to play the card, you could play it. It's just not very good. The Palmon's just going to suspend a body, and when a green tamer is played, you're going to gain a memory. So I personally probably wouldn't play this card at all. I don't really see the point compared to other level 3 rookies that we have, personally. The Togemon is interesting. I think the effect is good, being able to stop your opponent from unsuspending on a Digimon if they play something early. However, I don't play a lot of green, but I feel like it'd be really awkward to have a Togemon out on board safely during a time when this would do something, if that makes sense. So I feel like this would almost always be digivolved into Raising. So I don't know if this is that great of a card. but it is a good effect, I think. And then Liliamon X, I'm not super impressed with. It just kind of is a pseudo cool boy. It's going to give you a memory and draw you a card, which is good, but there's definitely better level 5s to run in this archetype, like the Lilamon that plays you a Yoshi, because you can, I believe you can burst mode on top of this X-antibody, which means that getting that tamer for free is just really valuable. This card, if you haven't seen it, is a lockdown card. When you Digivolve, you're going to suspend a Digimon and a Tamer. They don't unsuspend. And whenever your opponent plays a Digimon, you get to suspend a Digimon. And whenever they promote from breeding, you're going to get to suspend a Digimon. So this card is super powerful. And if you can clear the opponent's board before you play this, they're going to have a miserable time dealing with this, especially if they don't run hard removal. So I'm expecting to see this at probably some events. I don't know how well it's going to do, because I think a lot of decks right now do have means to remove this. And both of those effects are also only once per turn, so cards that play multiple Digimon at a time, like Anubismon, are going to handle this probably pretty easily by just popping out some Saberdramons and raiding over it. But definitely worth keeping your eye on. Consider playing it. If you do like the Rosemon line, then this is just straight gas for you. It's great. So definitely don't sleep on it. Then we have the Aqua Digimon. The weird people who like to play Aegis-Dramon are probably super thrilled about this. The Gomamon X-antibody is just our searcher for basically Aqua, Sea Beast, all of that good jazz that they like to lump together for some reason. We get a Betamon that I actually really like this card because it's a jamming inheritable, and that just means that even though Bukamon's being restricted, you can still run Betamon. And if you're not playing a big stack deck that is super reliant on its rookie inheritable, like this slots right in and gives you jamming, like this is probably fantastic for Hexablaumon. So this card's great, and I love that it's a common rarity too, so you can literally just throw it in whatever jank deck you want. The Seadramon, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this who do play Aegis-Dramon, because I believe this fills out the level 4 pool that you want to play in that deck. It does have Rush, and it does have jamming. It just seems like a good card. It is a promo though, so... Oh, it's not a promo, this is BT15. Okay, cool, so it shouldn't be that expensive. Then we have Mega Seadramon. On play, it's going to let you tuck another card underneath it, and then you bottom deck one of your opponent's Digimon that's the same or lower level than that. This seems straight upside pretty good. I know Aqua Digimon like to play out Digimon from their Digivolution sources, so you should have another body to actually tuck for this to get some board control. And then I know you want to go Plesiomon, and then the Plesiomon X-antibody on top. This is also going to let you return a Digimon to hand, and then if your opponent attacks and you have Plesiomon, you get to gain 2 memory. So it's kind of like a mini ice wall as long as you have your full stack. So these cards should prove to just be straight upgrades for Aegis-Dramon. So if you're into that, this is great for you. As far as like actual meta impact goes, I'm expecting the most impact is going to come from this guy right here. If you want a top deck to play, just build this deck. Honestly, it's a win button. This is probably a close second for me in terms of new cards that are going to be impactful. It might not be like the second best deck in the meta, but I think it will be relevant. And then aside from these, I could see probably the vaccine support having some relevance, and maybe we'll see 1 or 2 wins from Rosemon at some regionals or locals or whatever. But that's it. That's what I'm keeping my eye on for BT15. This is just what I think is the most interesting. It's by no means a reflection of what the best meta decks are going to be, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you're looking at, what you're wanting to play in BT15, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.